Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the YouTube live stream Monday morning. Hail and welcome. Let's wait for some people to get notified and join here, hopefully soon. Got one person on. So, hail and good morning to you, wherever you are, or maybe. Another hot one, guys and gals. Hot and humid today. I think we're seeing a trend. So, thank you all for joining the live stream today. Hopefully, you've seen today's or yesterday's episode, which actually went up this morning. That may become more of a regular thing as far as when the videos get uploaded to the channel. Hail and good morning to you. Who is that? Can't see your name, but hello and welcome. I got the sun in my eye, so I apologize. It's kind of reflecting on the screen, but thank you for joining. Thank you for commenting. But yeah, so just because of the time factor of videos taking so long to upload and whatnot on Sunday nights, I'm usually pretty well done with what I'm doing on the computer by 10 o'clock, and I'm trying to not be up all night waiting for a video. So going forward, you may be seeing the videos from Sunday night's Facebook live discussion going up on Monday mornings. So that'll probably be more of what you guys can expect. But I think it was a good, it was kind of a tough one to do, because it brought out a lot of, things that bring sadness and grief to our hearts. And that was the subject matter, was on how heathens and we as heathens can deal with grief, the grieving process, suffering loss, all that kind of stuff. So it definitely hit home and for a lot of folks that joined, and it was a very in-depth discussion. But it was useful, I think, and it was helpful because that's kind of how we get through the tough times is having people who we can talk to and talk with about the tough things, right? So thank you for that comment. This is a great video last night. I'm glad that you could join and be there for it. Again, it wasn't an easy one, some of the ugly things or some of the most unpleasant things that we tend to try to avoid, but those are the things that I think is important to bring up, because life's not always pleasant, and like I said in the video, the way that we can heal in the processes of grieving by keeping those loved ones' memories alive is by talking about them and keeping their memory alive through song and through actions and through words. So I feel like it was even though it was a little tough and difficult for maybe a lot of folks to, be reminded of those losses. We honor those fallen ones by speaking their names and speaking them well. Well, it's my passion for sure, because it's something that I live. This isn't just a hat that I wear. It's not just a thing that I'm doing for the popularity aspect of some things about it, but it's my life, and then what I can learn and what I can share with others is the goal. It's not to say that I think that this is how it should be done or that this is the way you should do it. This is just, it's one heathen's view of the world, and I'm just sharing it with the world. So how you apply it and how you, practice your own thing and how you view the world is your own thing, and not my hall, not my call, right? So if it works and it helps, then I feel like that it's accomplishing its goal. And, and having everybody's involvement and being there during the live streams and stuff is great, because we all learn things together, and that's the goal, I think, and help building the community. Hail and good morning from Las Vegas. Well, it's pretty early out there in Vegas, so thank you for joining the live stream this early. Tune in sometime this week. Probably going to try to shoot the video and upload it I say Wednesday or Thursday, the NorseBlood.com crate review for July's crate. There's a subscription service where you can sign up and get cool stuff from them every couple of months if you want. July's crate came a little bit late, and then so I got that. Got some really cool stuff to show you guys. So that will be going up on the channel here over the next couple of days. Might try to shoot that tonight or tomorrow. Anybody that's joined the channel new, that's watching the live stream, thank you for watching, first of all. And if you like the stuff that I put up here on the channel, definitely appreciate your support in the form of subscribing to the channel. It costs you nothing. And if you want to be notified, you can click the bell for notifications. That way you know when I'm live and when new stuff gets put up on the channel. So it's just an extra notification that you get. You can always turn them off, turn them on, turn them off. But subscribing doesn't cost you anything, and it doesn't clutter up anything. So that support is greatly appreciated. There's other ways that you can support Midgard Musings through PayPal donations, through becoming a Patreon supporter, and subscribing to that level of service, if you will. There's merchandise available through Teespring and Redbubble. Everything that I sell, I make a percentage of, and it's what goes to help build the channel, help make better content. Loving the content, so thank you very much. That means a lot. I enjoy doing these videos and interacting with folks and learning new things, and growing as a heathen myself. And this is part of it, helping me do it, because I live this for me. You know what I mean? I live this life for me, and it works for me. And finding like-minded people around that we can share that, with, is obviously kind of the backbone of what heathenry is, is tribe and community. So I'm glad that others can enjoy it and find benefits and stuff with it as well. But it was a busy morning here so far at work. I don't know what everybody else is doing today, but it's a busy Monday morning. Definitely feeling the Mondays. Any heathens from South Carolina, please contact. Hey, Hoss, cool. Yeah, anybody out here that watches in South Carolina, give Hoss a shout. Yeah, it is super humid. Well, because I'm at work, and this is my quote lunch break. This is when my lunch break is scheduled, because I get here before the sun comes up. So my lunch break is scheduled now, and this little 15-minute live stream is I can endure it. I have to be in the shade though, but it's 100 in the sun and 95 in the shade because of this humidity. So it is definitely not fun to be out here for any great lengths of time. Even the breeze, what little breeze is blowing, is just this hot, humid air. So guys that have to be out and working in it, please be careful. Stay hydrated. Don't hurt yourselves out there. Be careful. There's also, guys, in the descriptions of the video now, I have everything linked for everywhere that you can find Midgard Musings. So there's everything that I mentioned earlier. Then now there's the podcast that I've been uploading weekly stuff on, usually every Wednesday mornings. So check out the podcast through it's anchor.fm, but I'm on like 8 different platforms, including Spotify and Apple and Google Podcasts. So that is definitely appreciated if you check all that out if podcasts are your thing. A lot of what I do there is similar to this, but of course it's a different layout, different format. There's no visual aspects to it, and so and then some of the stuff that I talk about on there is either things I've covered a little bit here on the channel or some new things. So there's other stuff to check out on the podcast as well. I recently did like a 2-part thing on Sumbel. That seems to have gotten some pretty good feedback, and then I haven't yet decided. I think I know what I'm going to be doing for this week's podcast, but that should hopefully be up on the podcast platforms Wednesday morning. So check those links down below in the description after this video is uploaded, and you'll get all the links. If you go to the anchor.fm platform, it'll tell you what all other platforms I'm on. I just remember those three: the Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts, because they're the bigger ones. But there's like 5 or 6 others that are used as well in like 9 different countries, I think. Right now, being streamed in 9 different countries, so that's pretty neat. Do we have a divination playlist looking into learning to read runes? And you do tarot already. So I've done a video. I've done a video on the runes. There's a series called the 9 Pieces of 8. If you go to my playlist section, there's 9 Pieces of 8. So I did like a 9-week long kind of, surface scratching into the runes. We talked about like 3 runes each episode, and then in the final episode, I kind of show everybody my format, my preferred method of runic divination. So you can check out that playlist. There's a playlist here on the channel. Check that out and see what you think. I've probably been working, with the runes, not for very, very long, but for a couple years maybe. It's definitely a lifelong process and a lifelong journey is in the path of the Vitki. So it's exciting. But over the last couple of years of me working with the runes, they've served me well and my community. So yeah, I'm going to be on here for just another few minutes, and then I'm going to step back into where it's a little bit cooler. So yeah, guys, that's been what's going on. Appreciate everybody joining the live stream today and coming and hanging out for a bit. Hey, good morning to you there too. Let's see, all the great videos. Have you done anything on the wild hunt? I have not found a lot on this concept. I haven't done anything specifically on the wild hunt. I think I've talked a little bit about it in my video about Yule, but that'd be a neat one to go over, actually. Good suggestion. I will take that and add it to the list. Being a new heathen, you have trouble speaking heathen language, saying them the right way. Could you ever do some videos on that when you have time? So what do you mean by heathen language specifically? Are you referring to like Old Norse? Because the heathen, term heathen is kind of an umbrella term that can cover a lot of things. There's folks that lean more on the Anglo-Saxon side of heathenry, so therefore you're going to approach it from the Old English side of linguistics, and then the Norse or Icelandic models, Germanic paganism is going to favor the more Old Norse that predate or that comes after, like Proto-Germanic. Yeah, Old Norse. So yeah, and speaking Old Norse is, again, it's one of those things where different people will use different pronunciations based on their approach. You have a lot of people, I think most people, who will take the modern Icelandic pronunciation of Old Norse and speak Old Norse in a modern Icelandic way, which is different from a reconstructed medieval pronunciations, right? So the medieval reconstructed pronunciations is what you'll hear from, like, Dr. Jackson Crawford. He uses a medieval reconstructed pronunciation, not a modern Icelandic pronunciation. He's a great one to watch on YouTube for pronunciation of Old Norse. I am still learning myself, and I'm by no means the best at it. So I would recommend his channel, Dr. Jackson Crawford, here on YouTube, to learn more about Old Norse. The Germanic language barriers when you're from the South and you're not used to speaking like that. Yeah, and that's, I guess, with any language, it's, learning the dialect and proper pronunciation. It can be a challenge, but it's not something you're going to learn overnight. It's not something I've learned overnight by any means. But if you really want a good in-depth approach to Old Norse, Dr. Jackson Crawford has a bunch of content, and he literally has a PhD in Old Norse studies. So you can't get any better than that. There's other ones out there too, I think, but he's the one that comes to mind, and one that I would definitely suggest you spend some time in listening and watching his stuff. Hey, Murfreesboro Music Scene is on, and that is my wife. So, hail and welcome. Let's see, what time are we at here? Just a bit over the 15-minute mark, everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and jump off of here and get back into the swing of things this morning. So once again, thank you all for joining the live stream today and chatting with me for a little bit on this very, very hot and humid Monday morning. I will be back tomorrow, hopefully, if everything goes well, around 9:30 a.m. Central Time for another 15-minute stream. So hopefully everybody can join me here for that again as well. Thank you for all your questions and suggestions. I will certainly take them into consideration and work them into my content as I'm able to. So definitely be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notifications on, so that way whenever I do upload that stuff for you, you'll be notified and you'll see it. So really appreciate everybody's support. Hail to you all. We'll see you tomorrow.